What's up, Coco crew? Welcome to my channel. If you are here for the first time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and check out my previous videos. If you are already subscribed and all caught up, I want to thank you so very much for supporting me, watching my videos, commenting, liking, sharing, whatever it is that you've done as a subscriber of mine. I want to thank you so very much. And let's continue to make this Coco crew grow. So to start, I want to say excuse my background, excuse it. I am no longer in Arizona. My son and I actually moved back to Chicago, so I'm staying at my dad's house, and this is my room. It is not put together whatsoever. I still got suitcases behind me. I done put my bed rails up. I'm just all over the place. So excuse the background. It will all come together over time, I promise. But yeah, so like you just heard me say, me and my son just moved back to Chicago from Arizona. I will go further into detail on why that happened later. But I just want to catch you guys up a little bit because I have been gone for some time. So I just want to go ahead and put that out there. But the reason for today's video is because even though I have been gone from creating content and posting content on YouTube, I have been receiving questions via my Instagram as well as in my comments on other videos. So some of those questions I have been answering, replying to directly. Other questions I've been writing down so that I can go a little bit more into detail. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. For the questions that I wrote down, I'm going to go a little bit more into detail and provide those of you who ask questions detailed answers. Okay, so we all know that the beauty industry is booming right now. Lashes, makeup, lip gloss, skincare, hair products, everything in beauty is booming, like booming, and everybody wants in. And that is perfectly fine because there is so much money to go around. Like, there's enough for all of us. That is why I do not mind sharing how I started my lash business. Sis, you want to go ahead and start your lash business? Do your thing. A lot of people are very, I don't know if it's scared or I don't know what it is, like why they hold back information. I don't get it, but I'm one of those. I'm going to share the information with you. Why? Because we all have what we like. I sell lashes, yes, but the lashes that you're going to sell are probably going to be totally different than mine. You have a totally different style. You like lashes that are a totally different type of hair. Like, it's going to be different. So I don't mind sharing these tips on starting the lash business. So I have my laptop here. That's what I'm looking down at. So like I stated, some of the questions that I got were left as comments under other videos. Others were sent to me on Instagram. I did go ahead and want to make sure there aren't any more. Okay, so I did go ahead and write these questions down, and I kind of typed out, some details. Also, disclaimer: if y'all hear noise every now and then, number one, my window's right here, and I live on a semi-busy street, and then my child is in the other room. He's on summer vacation playing Fortnite, so if you hear a little something here and there, that's what it is. I decided it's time to create more content and put stuff out here. So there we go. So one of the first questions that I got was, how did I start? So, all honesty, how did I start? I started with a pen and a notebook. Pen and paper are going to be your best friend throughout your journey in any business that you try to create. any business, I don't care what it is. I don't care if you want to walk cows for a living. You're going to need a notebook and a freaking pen, because you're going to need to take notes on things, and you're going to have so much going on in your mind that you're going to need to like write it down so that you don't forget later. I actually have this notebook here, this raggedy notebook. This is the first notebook that I bought when I decided to start my lash company. I decided to get green because the money. So this is my first notebook. It literally has, let's see if you can, oh my god, this is so horrible. Wait. It has stuff literally on every single, sorry about the lighting, but something on every single page. Like anything you turn, any page you turn to, there's something on that page. So this is a notebook that I started with. Okay, so you're gonna want to get you a notebook and a pen. You don't have to be fancy. I was not fancy. You seen the notebook. I went right over to Walmart, got me an 88-cent notebook and a $1.88 pack of pens, and we called it a day. Okay, so yes, your notebook is going to be used for a variety of things. This is going to be for your thoughts, your ideas, your research notes, brain fart doodles, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen when you're really trying to like hammer it out, brainstorm it out. You're going to have brain farts. You're just going to be sitting there like, it's so true. I've been there. I've literally just sat there, and then all of a sudden it just comes to you, and you go right to that notebook, writing down whatever, or you may just have to doodle, doodle it on out until that idea comes. You may have to do sketches, like if you're more artistic and creative and you want to sketch out how you want your packaging to look, or how you want your logo to look. Like your sketches may be in this notebook, pricing, business name, etc. Like that notebook is going to be, or those notebooks, because you're not just gonna need that one, because I have this one here, I have this one here, I got like a million gazillion more in that tote over there. So your notebooks and your pens are going to be your friend. I suggest keeping your notebook and pen with you at all times. I don't care if you're going to the grocery store to go get milk. Ideas can come at any time. So I always have it with me. Or, I mean, if you may forget it sometimes, utilize the notepad in your phone to, to write down, whatever idea or thought that you just had. So rule number one, you may not think it's important, but I promise you it is. Get you a notebook and a pen, and try to keep it with you at all times. So the second thing that I put, and how did I get started, is naming your business. So naming your business can be easy or it can be hard. For me, it was easy. I utilized a name that I've been using for a couple years. Jadorecoco _ is my Instagram handle, and it has been my Instagram handle for some time. So if you have a creative Instagram handle or Twitter name or something that you use, that you like, that people know you by, try that out. Write it down, put it in different fonts, say it out loud, like see how it sounds to you being a part of your beauty line, your lash line, or whatever your business is that you're starting. Or even if it's, a lot of people use their name. Like my name is Monica. I could have been Monica's Beauty, Monica's Magnificent, I don't know. Like it can be whatever you want it to be. Like stay true to you. Make sure that when you're picking out the name, that it fits you, it fits your company, and you're happy with it. As long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters. You cannot please everyone. So stay true to you. Do what makes you happy. Do what feels good to you. Say it out loud. I used to walk around like Jadorecoco Beauty. Jadorecoco Beauty. Like, like just saying it to yourself, you know, writing it down in different fonts, writing it down on a piece of paper, you know, just play around with it, see how, yeah, that's probably how it's gonna go for this whole video. But, you know, play around with it, just see how it makes you feel in hearing it out loud. And come up with different names. Don't just pick one and be like, okay, I have to make this work. Like, no, play around with it. That notebook that I spoke on earlier, write down a bunch of different names. It don't even have to be something just like about you. Maybe you have a grandmother you want to name it after, or your favorite cousin, aunt. Or it doesn't even have to be like a name. Like, it doesn't have to be someone's name. It can be something that you made up, something you create. Like, just get creative with it, as long as it makes you happy, as long as it, you know, makes sense within your company. And when people hear the name, see the name, they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Or, oh, okay, you know, just do that if that makes sense. If I made sense in all my mumbo jumbo. So yeah, so creating your name. Let me see here. So, like, I was touching on what my company name is, Jadorecoco Beauty. That has been my Instagram handle. Well, Jadorecoco _ has been my Instagram handle for a couple years, like I stated. And now Jadorecoco Beauty is my business Instagram. So just a little bit of background on my company. Well, the name. So Jadore is French, for those who didn't know. So it's French and it translates to I just love. And then the name Coco is, I'm sorry, I talk with my hands a lot. And the name Coco was given to me by my mother. So I just put it together. Jadorecoco. Now, I got Jadore from people like, that's not a word that people just think of like, you know, out the blue. Oh, Jadore. So I always used to wear the perfume J'adore Dior, and I just loved the word Jadore. And I was like, let me look it up and see what it means. So I looked up what Jadore meant, what it translates to, and I was like, oh, give me that. Like, now I'm utilizing Jadorecoco. So that's right. Yeah, that me. Okay, so the next thing is creating the logo. So when I decided to start my lash line, I already knew what name I wanted. I knew what I wanted my logo to be, what I wanted it to incorporate. Now, if you don't know what you want your logo to be, but you already have your name in mind, you can definitely pay somebody and have them create it for you. I personally didn't take that route. Like I said, mine was pretty simple. Less is more sometimes, period. So I knew what I already wanted. So I pretty much just did my research. I played around on the internet, which you can too, and just try to find, you know, logo creating websites or logo creating app. There are so many apps and websites out there. Like, Google's gonna be your friend as well. Just Google whatever it is that you're looking for, and I'm pretty sure you'll find it. Like, even if it don't make sense to you, you want, I don't know, whatever your thought is, just put it in Google. Even if it doesn't make sense to you as you typed it out, Google will figure it out. I promise you, Google will figure it out. Or they'll give you suggestions and help you figure it out. Like, just put it in Google. That's what I did. I was like, free editing software logo creator. And then, you know, different things popped up and I clicked on them and I'll scroll through and see pretty much how like user friendly they are. Because I wouldn't say I'm not creative, but I'm not like super like graphic designer creative. Like, basic programs I can play around with and figure it out. So I pretty much just clicked around, you know, typed in my business name and seeing how easy it was to navigate on particular websites. Some were not easy at all. Some were super easy. So I ended up making my logo on this website. I have it written down here, and look at this, y'all. Doodles and notes, and it ain't neat whatsoever. So I'm gonna put it across the screen too. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, but I will put it across the screen. So I made my logo at editor.freelogodesign.org. That is where I went to create my logo. I'll see if I can put a clip, or if you haven't seen my logo already, I'll just go ahead and try to put, try to get my words out. I'll put a little image of what my logo looks like on the screen, so you can just see it's, you know, basic for lack of a better term, but it's what I wanted, and again, less is more sometimes. So yeah, I created it there. Also, so when you're on that website and you create, let's say you do go there, you create your logo there, they're gonna ask you to input an email address, and they're gonna send you like a sample file. The sample file is gonna be pretty small. It's free. They want you to pay to get the bigger image, which you can go ahead and pay to get the bigger image if you want. What I did is I took what they gave me, saved it to my computer, and I looked up how to vector. Vectoring is, you get a image vectored, that way you can shrink it down as small as you want and it still looks perfect, or you can blow it up as big as you want and it still looks perfect. It's not pixelated, nothing, it's a clear image. So I just took what they gave me, and I found, first, I didn't find somebody. I tried to see if I can vector it myself. Coming to find out, in order to vector images, you do have to have certain types of software, like Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop. And I was like, no, I'm not about to waste my money, my coin on these little programs. So continue to do my research, and I came across this app called Fiverr. I'll put that across the screen as well. So I came across this app called Fiverr, and on this app, you guys, I'm trying to tell you, like, anything that you need, kid you not, they literally can do on this app. And so basically it's independent workers who specialize in these categories. They can be beginners who are good at, for example, let's see, logo design. It can be someone who's a beginner at logo designing and they put their work up there, or it can be someone who's an expert who's been doing it for years. Obviously that's where you get the price range from. Some of them are experts and they still have pretty good pricing. But yeah, so Fiverr, like, I'm on the app now. So popular services: logo design, voiceovers, SEO, Photoshop editing, flyer design. Sorry guys. Articles and blog posts, social media marketing, WordPress, illustration, translation, t-shirt and merchandising, influencer marketing, logo animations, cartoons and comics, like literally books and album covers, proofreading, resumes, like web programming. There's so much, like anything that you need help with, you can go to Fiverr. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it's not working. It's not working for me. But you can go on Fiverr and pretty much find someone within your price range, your budget, to create what you want. And the communication is very, it's great. Some of the people are in the United States, some are in other countries, other states. Like, it's everybody all over the world. It gives their seller level, where they're from, their time, their day, the languages that they speak. Even though they're in another country, a lot of them do speak English. Average response time, so it responds within 1 hour. But it gives their reviews, you can view their profile, contact information, like all of that. So yeah, the first gentleman I worked with, he was in Pakistan, and he was great. And then the other person that I worked with was in Bangladesh, and again, perfect. I love working with them. Unlimited revisions. They gave me exactly what I was looking for. I actually have my business cards. Now they do have options where you can have them create what you want and print it, and they can send it to you. I didn't do that. I just wanted the actual file. So here are my business cards, or my business card. That's the front, and that is the back. And that's also my logo. So I don't even have to put it on the screen, but there's my logo. It's a little backwards, but you see the logo, and I made that. So yeah, so you can utilize Fiverr for a lot of different things. I would use it to your advantage. Like, just use it, use it, use it. It's very helpful. Even though you're starting a business and it's just you don't have to do everything by yourself. And they're not business partners, they're resources. It's someone who's better at a particular task than you are, who can get it done faster, I'm sure. I learned that in the book that I was reading as well. The Shark Tank book is actually in my car. But this Shark Tank, how to start and grow a business, it says that, like, weigh out what you're good at, what you're not good at, and the stuff that you're not good at, outsource. Outsource and get you somebody who is good at that particular thing. Like, don't sit there trying to teach yourself Excel. Like, just find somebody who knows how to work Excel. Don't stay stuck on this Excel spreadsheet. Just find someone who knows how to work Excel. I'm pretty sure Fiverr has somebody on there too. Somebody that can work Excel if that's what you need, or whatever the case may be. Outsource if you need to. You know, I suggest trying to do as much as you can by yourself. Like, just so you can, whatever you know how to do on your own. Like, I could have went out and been like, oh, I'll just have somebody create my logo. But I was like, no, let me give it a try, and look at that. Someone creating a logo for me could have been anywhere from, I don't know, we'll say $25 to $100. So I just saved myself $25 to $100 by creating a logo myself. And I love my logo. Like, I love it. So yeah, we talked about the logo, where you can go to, or where I went to create it, and what I utilized, or whom I utilized to vector the image. So you can do that as well. There's nothing wrong with that.